Every man wants more, a better body, a clearer mind, more money, more respect, more control over his life. But here's the truth that hits harder than anything else. Nothing changes if you don't change yourself. You can hope for a better life. You can wait for the right time. You can blame your past, your family, your environment. You can talk about your goals for years. But if you don't change yourself, nothing around you will. Your habits run your life. Your discipline decides your results. Your effort determines your future. If you stay the same man, you live the same life. Same routine, same problems, same disappointments. But the moment you step up, the moment you decide, I'm done holding back, I'm done being lazy, I'm done being average, and you actually act on it, everything starts shifting. Because life doesn't get better by accident. It gets better because you got better. Remember this, nothing changes if you don't change yourself. But once you do, your entire world starts moving with you. Change yourself before you change your life. Everyone wants their life to level up, but barely any man is willing to level himself up first. They want the comfort of the same routines, but the results of a man who outworks the world. They want to live soft, but receive outcomes meant for the relentless. They want the body, the money, the respect, the discipline, but they're still moving like the old version of themselves. And that's the problem. Most men want change, but refuse to change themselves. They want success without sacrifice, confidence without consistency, strength without struggle, respect without responsibility, a powerful identity with powerless habits, a winning life built on losing mindsets. But life doesn't reward the man who wants. Life rewards the man who becomes. You want a new life? Then you need to rebuild your identity from the foundation up, not a temporary hype version of you that works hard for 3 days, but a stable, disciplined, serious version of you who moves like he's built for more. A man who doesn't talk about change, he lives it. A man who doesn't wait for inspiration, he creates it. A man who doesn't fear pressure, he performs under it. This is what becoming a masculine, grounded, powerful man actually means. Taking ownership of everything you are and everything you're not, and refusing to stay average. Change the way you think. Stop letting weak thoughts sabotage a strong future. Change the way you move. Walk with purpose, with awareness, like a man who knows his destination. Change the way you carry yourself, shoulders back, chest open, presence felt without saying a word. Change the way you respond when life hits, not with panic, not with excuses, but with composure and grit, because your habits carve your destiny, whether you like it or not. Your mindset chooses your direction, whether you move forward, stay stuck, or drift backward. Your discipline decides if you reach your potential or stay trapped in the same loop forever. Here's the truth. Your life isn't waiting for luck, it's waiting for you to evolve. It's waiting for the disciplined you, the focused you, the consistent you, the serious you. The man who wakes up and refuses to break the promises he made to himself. Imagine this version of you. You wake up with intention. You move with certainty. You speak with conviction. Your actions align with your goals. Your energy is sharper, heavier, more commanding. You don't react emotionally. You respond logically. You don't fold under pressure. You solidify under it. You don't seek validation. You validate yourself through action. People start treating you differently, not because they changed, but because you changed. They can feel your standards rising, your discipline becoming real, your presence becoming stronger, your respect for yourself increasing, and the world mirrors it back. Your old habits, they fall off. Your old weaknesses, they fade. Your old identity, it dies slowly as a stronger one takes its place. This is what real transformation looks like. Not flashy, not loud, not for show, but internal, steady, unbreakable. And here's the masculine truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to push you. No one is coming to force you to change. It's on you. It has always been on you. You want a powerful life? Become a powerful man. You want a respectful life? Become a respectable man. When you shift, your focus becomes dangerous, your self-control becomes rare, your path becomes clear, and your reality starts bending around the man you are becoming. You're not just changing your life, you're upgrading the man who will lead it, protect it, build it, and dominate it. Change requires brutal honesty. Before a man builds strength, success, discipline, or respect, he has to face the one battlefield most men never walk into, the battlefield of truth. Not the soft truth you tell your friends, not the convenient truth you tell yourself to sleep better. I'm talking about the truth that strips you down to your core, the truth that exposes every excuse, every weakness, every moment you chose comfort over growth. Most men run from that truth their entire lives. They avoid it with distractions, entertainment, fake confidence, cheap dopamine, and empty promises. But not you, not anymore. Because there comes a point in every man's life where he looks around and realizes, I built this, good or bad, I built this. And that realization hits like a punch to the gut. But that punch, that's the beginning of transformation. Now listen closely. Stop saying tomorrow. The man who waits for the right time becomes the man who never starts. You don't need a perfect moment. You need a decision. A hard, masculine, final decision. Stop saying, I'm trying. Trying is lukewarm effort. Trying is saying, I want it. While your actions whisper, not really. Stop acting like you're grinding when you know you're coasting. Stop expecting results from work you didn't actually do. Stop pretending the life you want will magically appear if you stay positive. Life is not a motivational poster. Life is a mirror. It reflects exactly who you are when nobody's watching. So go to the mirror, stand tall, shoulders squared, back straight, eyes locked with your own, and ask yourself without blinking, am I doing everything I can, or am I lying to myself? Here's the truth you need to swallow like fire. Your life is the sum of your habits. Your habits are the sum of your standards. And your standards are the sum of what you've allowed. Your body, it's built from every meal, every workout, every excuse. Your confidence, built from every promise you kept and every one you broke. Your future, it's waiting behind the walls you keep refusing to climb. And yes, that truth burns. It's supposed to. That burn is the death of the weaker version of you, because inside you is a man with more power than you've ever shown. A man who doesn't fold under pressure. A man who doesn't hide behind comfort. A man who doesn't negotiate with weakness. A man who acts. Not when he feels like it, not when the stars align, not when everything is perfect. A man who acts because that's who he is. But here's the catch. That man won't show up until you stop protecting your old self. He won't show up until you stop babying your excuses. He won't show up until you decide, truly decide, that the man you are today is not enough for the life you want tomorrow. This journey, it's not glamorous, it's not pretty, it's not Instagram motivation, it's raw, it's gritty, it's lonely, it's uncomfortable, it's brutal. It's you versus the version of you that wants to stay soft. And every day you choose who wins. When the alarm rings, when the workout hurts, when the discipline gets heavy, when everyone else quits, when your mind tries to pull you back to comfort, those moments forge a different kind of man, a man with steel in his spine, a man with fire in his chest, a man whose actions speak louder than any words, a man who commands respect without asking for it. And all of that begins with one thing: brutal self-honesty. Because once you stop lying to yourself, once you confront the truth with open eyes and a hardened mind, once you admit exactly where you are and why, you unlock the power to become who you're meant to be. Not someday, not eventually, not when life gets easier. Now, right now. This moment is the doorway. Walk through it like a man. Comfort is the enemy of transformation. Comfort doesn't just slow you down, it kills the part of you that was born to dominate life. Not fast, not loud, but slowly, silently, day by day. Until one morning you wake up and realize you became a weaker, duller version of the man you were built to be. Comfort is that quiet enemy that smiles in your face while stabbing your potential in the back. Comfort makes you slow when your dreams demand speed. Comfort makes you soft when your purpose demands grit. Comfort makes you passive when your goals demand aggression. Comfort makes you think you're safe when in reality, you're falling behind. A comfortable man becomes predictable. A comfortable man becomes replaceable. A comfortable man becomes invisible. But a man who rejects comfort and steps into the fire, that man becomes dangerous. That man becomes focused. That man becomes capable of things other men don't even attempt. Because discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. Discomfort is where your weaknesses are exposed and where your strength is built. Discomfort is where boys fold and men rise. You don't grow by playing safe. You don't evolve by staying the same. You don't transform by hiding from the things that stretch you. Every powerful man you've ever admired was built in pressure. The early mornings, the late nights, the grind when nobody clapped, the consistency when nobody believed, the discipline when nobody watched. Comfort didn't make them. Comfort never makes anyone great. You want to know why discomfort works? Because it forces you to meet the version of yourself you keep avoiding. The gym burns your muscles, but that burn is exactly what forges your strength. Waking up early hurts, but that hurt is exactly what separates you from every man who sleeps through his potential. Discipline is uncomfortable, but discomfort is exactly what builds that unshakable self-respect inside your chest. Breaking old habits feels like tearing parts of yourself apart, but those parts needed to go. They were the weight holding you down. Rebuilding your life feels heavy, but that heaviness builds a spine, a mind, a heart that can carry any future you choose. And here's the part men avoid admitting. Comfort hurts too. It just hurts in ways that don't show up until it's too late. Comfort hurts when you realize you wasted talent you never used. Comfort hurts when you see men with less potential dominate because they embraced the grind you avoided. Comfort hurts when you catch yourself envying lives you could have built. Comfort hurts when regret whispers, "Bro, you had everything you needed and you did nothing with it." You get to choose the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One pain makes you a weapon, the other pain makes you a warning. So step into the pressure that most men hide from. Step into the work that most men fear. Step into the habits that stretch your mind, body, and identity. Because pressure builds presence. Discomfort builds character. Struggle builds strength, and consistency builds the man you keep imagining in your head. You know the man you want to be, the one with the strong mindset, the disciplined lifestyle, the powerful presence. He's not built in comfort. He's built in the hours when your body screams stop and your purpose says go. He's built when you push through the last rep. He's built when you wake up even when you're tired. He's built when you choose the grind over distractions. He's built when you show up on the days you don't feel like it. Comfort will always try to keep you average, but you weren't built for average. You weren't built for normal. You weren't built for good enough. Something in you wants more. Something in you craves a higher level. Something in you is hungry. And that hunger won't be fed by comfort, only by challenge, discipline, and self-imposed pressure. Your future self, the stronger, harder, sharper version of you, isn't hiding behind comfort. He's hiding behind the discomfort you keep avoiding. Step into it, own it, embrace it, master it. Walk willingly into the fire that melts away everything weak inside you, because a comfortable life feels good for the moment, but a disciplined life feels good forever. Your transformation begins the second you stop choosing easy and start choosing what makes you unstoppable. Your future is begging you to change. Let's go deeper. Past the motivation, past the hype, past the pretty talk. Because real change, real transformation, real evolution, it comes from places most men avoid. It comes from pain, from honesty, from looking yourself in the mirror and admitting, I'm not the man I could be. Not yet. There's a version of you out there, a version so refined, so disciplined, so solid that you wouldn't even recognize him at first glance. This man wakes up with purpose, moves with intention, speaks with clarity, stands with unshakable presence. He doesn't doubt himself. He doesn't negotiate his standards. He doesn't fold under pressure. He is everything you wish you were. Every time you get quiet, every time you feel that guilt, every time you feel that spark in your chest that says, I'm meant for more. But here's the part most don't want to admit. You won't meet him by accident. You won't grow into him naturally. You won't stumble into your potential. You have to build him brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. And right now, you're delaying the construction of your own greatness. Think about that. Your future self is somewhere ahead of you, waiting, ready, prepared, standing on the other side of discipline, on the other side of consistency, on the other side of the work you keep avoiding. And every time you slip, every time you waste a day, every time you say, I'll start later, you push him further away. He's not disappointed because you're weak. He's disappointed because he knows you're capable of being so much stronger. He's disappointed because he's seen the moments where you were sharp, focused, relentless, and then watched you throw it away for temporary comfort. Listen, you're not struggling because you're lazy. You're struggling because you're living beneath your standard. That's what's eating you alive. Not failure, not fear, not insecurity. It's the fact that you know you've got more in you than what you're showing the world. That quiet irritation, that heaviness in your chest, that I should be further than this by now feeling, that's the real you, the future you, trying to break through. And he's not whispering anymore. He's shouting, change. Stop running from who you could be. Because here's the truth. There are two possible futures waiting for you. Future one, you keep living like this, half focused, half committed, half awake, and you end up becoming a man full of regret. The kind who looks back and realizes he could have been powerful, disciplined, respected, but chose to stay comfortable instead. That regret is permanent. It doesn't heal, it doesn't fade, it just sits in your chest like a stone. Or, future two, you rise slowly, steadily, relentlessly. You build yourself with your own hands. You become a man whose presence speaks louder than his words. A man who doesn't chase respect because he earns it by existing. A man who is trusted. A man who is feared. A man who is respected, not for what he says, but for how he lives. That future is real. It's possible, it's waiting. But the doorway to that future is narrow, cold, uncomfortable, and brutal. That doorway demands discipline when you're tired, focus when you're distracted, self-control when you're tempted, patience when you're frustrated, consistency when you don't feel like it. It demands the version of you that refuses to fold even when life hits hard, Because transformation doesn't happen when you feel motivated. It happens when you're tired, irritated, stressed, and still move. Your future self isn't asking for perfection, just progress. Not excuses, just effort. Not endless plans, just action. You don't need more time. You don't need better conditions. You don't need someone to save you. Everything you need is already inside you, buried under distraction, fear, and comfort. But once you dig through that, once you get out of your own way, once you start living like your future matters, that's when your life changes. That's when you step into your power. That's when you stop being potential and start being dangerous. So hear this clearly. Move, grow, transform. Not for anyone else. For the man you know you're meant to become. Because that version of you, he's real. He's waiting, and he's tired of waiting. Become the man your future self will look at and say, "You didn't waste me." That's the coldest, strongest, most masculine truth you'll ever hear. In the end, if you want success, you can't stay the same. Nothing transforms until you change. Your habits, your mindset, your discipline, that's the real battlefield. Change isn't optional. It's the price you pay to become the person you're trying to be. If this message hits you, like the video, subscribe for more, and comment, "I will change," to prove you stayed till the end. Remember, you don't get a new life with the same old you. Change now or stay stuck forever. See you in the next one.